Lance Armstrong is a fighter. He beat hundreds of other riders to win 7 Tour de France titles. He beat cancer. But Lance Armstrong says he can't beat the U.S. anti-doping agency. Armstrong denies using performance-enhancing drugs, but he's decided he's not going to fight the charges of illegal doping any longer. Some say that not fighting is out of character for the 40-year-old cyclist who had to overcome so much adversity. With USADA wanting to strip him of all of his accomplishments since 1998, is this going to hurt Armstrong's legacy, all those sponsorships, that deal with Nike, and, of course, the Livestrong charity that's raised over $500 million for cancer? With me now, branding expert and marketing strategist Ries. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in quite some time.
Great to be here.
Hey, let me get your view on this. Why do you think he's not fighting this?
Well, he was really in a no-win situation. The more he fought, the worse it got, because the more people were talking about it, and he looked like he was hiding something. And here, not talking about it, people say, oh, he must be guilty. But it will stop a lot of the PR surrounding this.
But
he has been plagued by this for years and years.
But they're saying he used, possessed, and trafficked in performance-enhancing drugs. They're making it look like, I mean, this guy was all over the place with drugs.
Well, listen, that's what they're saying, but what is Armstrong saying? What does he have behind him? He's the most tested athlete in the world, and he has never failed a drug test.
Good.
And that's pretty powerful, and that's what he's always stuck by, and that's why his fans are so supportive of him. He is inspiration personified. I mean, the fact that he was given less of a 40% chance of surviving, yet he goes and wins the Tour de France. People love him. His fans are going to support him. And those that don't believe him are never going to believe him, and they're probably pretty happy today.
Let's talk about his brand, then. Let's say they end up stripping him of the Tour de France titles, the bronze, Olympic gold, all those things that made Lance Armstrong. What happens then?
Well, listen, he might be erased from the record books. You might take the medals, the trophies, and even some of the money, but his brand is going to be the same, because in the hearts and minds...
No change whatsoever.
I think those fans that love him not just for the wins, but the man he has been over the last several decades. He has won, and cycling, as we know, is a sport that has been plagued. I mean, almost everyone, it seems, is doping in cycling. Yet Lance has done something more than just cycling. Lance has been about survival, and that Livestrong brand, that's what people are going to be attaching to when they talk about Lance.
And that is one of the big questions I got to ask you about that. Livestrong, like I mentioned, has raised so much money for cancer survivors, and a lot of people feel like, well, that's because Lance Armstrong is a man of integrity. He has overcome so much, and that's why so many people got behind the brand, and for other reasons as well, to support a great cause. Do you think that brand takes a hit at all because the man who underlies that brand is maybe, in some people's minds, not what we thought he was?
Well, in the short term, there's obviously going to be a lot of negative PR, but in the long term, I think it's going to be just fine. Listen, nobody is perfect, and we see that time and time again, and we look how they survive. I mean, look at the situation with Tiger Woods. And here,
but that's a big difference, though. That's
Well, but the difference was that was a shock. Here, there is no shock. The fact that he has thrown the white flag and, said he's not going to fight anymore. Hey, most of the public are so tired of this. They've heard it year in and year out. He says one thing, the agency says he did dope. His friends and some of his, former competitors say, I saw him doping. Nobody cares anymore. You know what? They just love Lance. They love what he has become today. It has been many, many years since he's been on the tour. I mean, let's look at what he's done today, and I think he's going to be fine.
We'll see how this plays out, Ries. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
All right.